Gary, next up in the ring, we're going to have a super middleweight contest foreshadowing the Eubank World title fight a little later in the evening. This is from the Delaney family. This is young Mark Delaney. He's going in tonight against Eddie Knight. Now, Mark Delaney's been doing very nicely so far in his pro career. 7 victories out of 7 so far. What's the word in the game about this boy?
This guy is exceptionally good. I've watched him, and as I said, again, I've been pleased to commentate on the vast majority of his fights. His upper body movement is brilliant. His combinations, just watch him here tonight. His combinations are great. Obviously, he's carefully grading his opponents as he steps up, but he's willing to go in with anybody. And he won Pro Box Best Prospect of the Year this year, so definitely is a force to be reckoned with. And watch his combinations and the way he slips underneath punches. He's a really attractive guy to watch, and he puts his punches together. If a right hand lands to the head, he can be sure a left hook's going to break your ribs. Tremendous combination puncher, and a really attractive guy to watch. One of the guys that I like to see fight. Yeah. He puts bums on seats, and he's attractive.
This is quite a family, the Delaneys, now based in the West Ham area.
That's right. Originally from the north of Ireland, from County Tyrone, I believe. And yeah, 2 very exciting young men, and very bright and intelligent guys, and yes, great people to be out with. They're lovely kids, and it's a pleasure to watch him. And I love his introduction music. It's brilliant.
I loved speaking to him yesterday. I had a quick word with him yesterday, actually, and the one thing that really impressed me about this young fella is so modest and down to earth.
Yeah, he's modest and down to earth, but you can be sure he's a confident cookie. You know, when he got up at the awards, winning the young prospect, he said, listen, he says, the one thing about fighting in Belfast last time out was be champion of the world. So he's a confident guy, and as I say, he's training very hard. Freddie King has done a great job with him, and moves has put the professional moves on him. Yeah. He's inclined to be, you know, a little bit like his brother, accused of being one pace, but he hits you so often sometimes you think you're bloody surrounded. He's a tremendous fighter, and a tremendous prospect. And I'm looking forward to watching this guy gradually build himself up to British, European, and possibly even world title status.
He's got Freddie King in his corner, yeah, and that's one of the better men to have in your corner.
Freddie King has now got himself, well, he's got 3 world champions, and he's a very pleased man. He is doing a hell of a job with the guys in the matchroom stable, and you know, he's very...
From our Master of Ceremonies from the evening, it's Mr. Alan Hughes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a super middleweight contest at 12 stone 2 pounds over 6 3-minute rounds. Introducing first in the red corner with the maroon and yellow shorts, with 2 wins from 6 contests, 1 inside the distance, from Ashford in Kent, Eddie Knight. Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent in the blue corner with the green shorts, with a perfect 7 wins from 7 contests, all by way of KO. Will you welcome, please, from West Ham in London, Mark Delboy Delaney. At the weigh-in yesterday, Eddie Knight scaled 12 stone 1, Mark Delaney 12 stone 1 pound and 10 ounces. Your referee once again, Ian John Lewis, and your timekeeper, Michael McCann, 6 3-minute.
Okay, boxers, I'm the referee. You obey my command at all times, okay? You both know the rules. Watch your heads, keep your punches up. If either of you go on the floor, the other one goes to the farthest neutral corner. When I shout break, break clean. Remember, defend yourself at all times. Shake hands, let's have a good one.
So, a chance here then to see Mark Delaney. That was quite a rave review he received, wasn't it, from Barry McGuigan? I just wonder, with all the super middleweights we have around in Britain, whether this might be another world champion in the making. It's early days yet for him. Delaney then in the green shorts here, unbeaten in 7 contests, and he's made a tremendous start, winning them all inside the distance, up against Eddie Knight from Ashford in Kent, who's got a bit of a so-so record, to put it mildly. 2 wins and 4 defeats so far, but he's a bit better than those bare statistics suggest. Delaney from a real boxing family. His brother Gary fighting for a championship later on tonight at light heavyweight, and he's got a 13-year-old brother as well called Chris, who's already 6 feet 3 inches tall, so he's another hopeful. He came with his brother in towards the ring. They wouldn't let him into the ring itself because of the regulations. But the reputation already, Delaney, of being something of a puncher and pretty explosive with the We'll see.
Well, Delaney's already took the centre of the ring. He's already trying to stamp his authority with that good jab. And that's the place to be early in the fight. You want to get the centre of the ring and you want to lead behind the jab. So he's making Eddie Knight work already. I've seen Eddie Knight before on close hand when he lost to my brother Sean. But he's a tough competitor. He was always in with a fight in that contest. He's trying to make something of it here.
Due to go 6 rounds this one. Just a reminder, Mark Delaney in the green trunks here. Family originally out of County Tyrone in Ireland. Knight bidding to become the first man to take him the full distance. Knight's 5 years older at 27. That's a nice stiff-looking body punch from Delaney. The first time we've really seen him let go. Referee is Ian John Lewis once again for this one.
Yes, we just got a very quick look of Delaney putting his punches together there, but that looked strong. He just bent, he had a little dip in his knees and really tried to get some power in that body shot.
Just taking his time in this first round, having a little look at his opponent first. Be a big shock if he was to be upset here on the way up. Let go with the left hook there. Good right uppercut though on the counter. Coming back though from Knight. First round was a quiet one. London's Olympia, which has staged some very famous fights down the years, going back to 1911. Splendid arena and filling up all the time. Seats costing between 20 and 150 pounds for tonight's extravaganza, with Chris Eubank defending the title later on against Brazil's Maurizio Amaral. You're watching live the undercard fight at super middleweight. Mark Delaney, the unbeaten prospect in the green shorts, up against the often beaten so far, anyway, Eddie Knight of Ashford-in-Kent in maroon. Well, Knight looks willing enough, doesn't he?
He does. He's moving quite well. He's keeping out of trouble. I mean, that's the thing to do against Delaney. Obviously, he's got a reputation as a puncher. Knight's got to keep moving. He's going to balance, and he's doing that. He's not getting involved in any big punching match. And he's managing to pick back with some shots of his own. So he's doing quite a good job at the moment.
In his last fight, Delaney found a cracking left hook to dismiss any leverage. That was in 5 rounds. Not really slipped into his top gear yet tonight, I think it's fair to say.
No, he hasn't. He just seems to be measuring himself a little bit too much. He's given Knight too much time. He's not cutting the ring off, and he's not really going for it. He seems quite relaxed. He's just, looking for his openings, and he hasn't really tried anything that ambitious at this moment.
I think he's finding Knight a bit awkward, this mauling, brawling style of it.
He is. Knight's moving around. I mean, he's doing well. He's trying to survive. He's not, he's not coming in with a big hero, like a big hero. He's trying to survive. He's trying to work inside, and that's what he's got to do. He hasn't got to get involved in a war with Delaney, and he hasn't got to let Delaney hit him on the chin.
This is better from Delaney. He tried to work his way in that time behind the jab. Got him with 2 or 3 decent punches close in.
Knight's trying to stop Delaney working inside. He's trying to trap him with his elbows in close, not let him get any shots off. A couple of body shots went in from Delaney a few seconds ago, and there's some good shots in this.
Well, Knight goes down. It was merely a slip.
I'm not sure if a couple of shots there from Delaney hurt Knight. He did get through 1 or 2.
Well, that might have been counted as a knockdown there. There was a punch there, but certainly no count was administered. Now Delaney starting to let go with some hurtful-looking body shots.
Yes, Knight trying to fight back with good shots from Delaney. He was measuring them well, and he was getting power into all of them, working from the body upwards.
Uppercut inside there with the referee shouting to Knight not to hold. Could have his work cut out here, Ian John Lewis, the referee. 2 rounds gone, much better one that for Delaney. Olympia Live, the Chris Eubank World Tour starts the road tonight. 2 rounds gone in the super middleweight contest. Mark Delaney. Now here's this, we think this probably was a knockdown, some body punches here.
It certainly looked like one. There's a good, strong right hand, 2 good right hands in there. And I think Knight felt them punches.
I think it was the body punches, yeah, that certainly was a knockdown, though no count was actually started. He was up quite quickly, just to sort that out for you. Delaney in the green trunks, looking to make it 8 straight wins inside schedule here.
Well, Delaney just starting to find his gear at the end of that round. I think he'll want to continue that into this round. He was just starting to find a little bit of rhythm and starting to catch Knight with some decent looking shots.
He's starting to find the leverage for the punches as well now.
So yes, Knight's trying to trade with him, but I don't know if that's a very wise idea.
Either trying to trade or to hold Eddie Knight. Delaney, who was twice an Irish amateur champion at light heavyweight. He boxed regularly for Ireland. Now looking to make his mark in the professional game. Well, the referee is telling Eddie Knight to let go. He's not taking too much notice of him. The referee's going to have to dive in, I think, and make sure that there's not too much mauling and clinching. Knight does have one very good record, result on his record. A victory over Scott Welch in 1991 in the Southern ABA heavyweight finals.
Put them in it every time Delaney close. Knight's looking to hold. Obviously them shots from Delaney are hurting him.
Delaney, of course, has come down in weight since his amateur days. But he's covering up well, Knight, but some of these are getting through, including one of those head punches, and that's the second knockdown in the 3rd round. He's feeling the weight of Mark Delaney's punching. This might be a matter of time. Oh, he's got him again with a left hook come uppercut. Knight's in trouble. He just wants to hold on.
He does. They're very telling shots inside. Delaney's really getting some momentum into them shots, and they're hurting Knight. They come around the side of his head, and they're very clubbing blows.
Delaney mixing up the shots pretty well between head and body. And Knight breathing pretty heavily in there at the moment and looking much the worse for wear. This might not have too much longer to run. But he gets through the round all right. Now Knight may be taken out here. They may retire him. Certainly some talk of that in the corner there for a moment.
There is. They're after I think his cornerman said they want a vast improvement in this round, or they're going to pull him out.
It's Arthur Urry in the corner. He was in trouble towards the end of that round. Real trouble.
He was. There was some good shots coming from Delaney. He looks very strong, and Knight is just starting to get in some trouble. He doesn't seem to be able to miss the shots. And there's a good right hand that caught him around the side of the ear. And that was the one that took an awful lot out of him.
He obviously has a bit of dynamite in those fists, doesn't he?
He does. He looks very strong. There was a right uppercut that caused that problem for Knight. Tonight he's got to keep out of the way of this. Delaney looking strong, and he's starting to move into gear.
Fourth round, Delaney in the green trunks. Knight, woof, well, he was wrestled into the ropes there. That certainly was not a knockdown.
It was Knight trying to hold on to Delaney, and Delaney is going to have none of that. He's going to get him off and get his shots through. Good shots coming in now.
Ooh, body and head shots. Delaney just taking control of this in a big way. Knight, to give him credit there, he did score with a right uppercut inside. But he looks strong and powerful, doesn't he, Mark Delaney? They'll have to just grade his opponents, obviously, on the way up. He's still a bit of a boxing baby as a professional, but looks to have plenty going for him.
He is, and one thing about Stallion is he doesn't waste much. He's a very conservative fighter, you know. He moves very little, but he moves enough to get out of the way of shots. And when he throws, they look very hard.
Oh, left hook to the body. That really doubled Knight up in pain. Now, does he get up from this in the fourth round?
I'm not sure he's going to want it anymore.
Counts at 8, 9. He doesn't want to know any more about it. I wouldn't really blame him one iota. Delaney, Mark Delaney, takes his record to 8 straight wins, all of them by knockout or stoppage. It's a good triumph again, this, for the Matchroom stable. Jason King in the corner there with his dad, Freddie. And all smiles for Mark Delaney. He hopes his brother Gary can do something similar later on. He has a much stiffer task against Sergio Morani, who's twice fought for the World Light Heavyweight Championship. Really good body punch at the end, Glenn.
It was. He was just starting to get his rhythm. He was starting to get through a good shot. And here he starts to put them together. Looks for a good left hook. Gets under that elbow. And a very good solid shot to the liver there. Here we see it again. Using that jab well. He's trying to cut the distance down. Gets in close. And there's the big left hook. It's all over.
Well, he was expected to win. And he did in emphatic fashion. Here it is again. Chopping right. And then that left hook.
Beautifully placed
through
left
to the
hook.
body.
Very good place left hook, Danny.
And I'm afraid Eddie Knight wanted to know no more about it. Well, he's counted there all the way through to 10, and he showed no signs of wanting to get up from that.
No, he's in a fair bit of pain there, Ian. But a good performance for Delaney.
Yes, he stopped Jason McNeil in 2, Graham Jenner 3, Tony Colclough in 4, Paul Murray in 3, Tim Robinson in 2, Ernie Loveridge in 5, and now in 4 rounds, Eddie Knight. Mark Delaney is the name.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, in 1 minute 25 seconds of round 4, the referee, by a count-out, has made Mark Delaney the winner. And ladies and gentlemen, your appreciation, please, for a very good loser, Eddie Knight.
So Mark
And ladies
Delaney
and gentlemen, as he leaves
goes
the
to
ring,
8 and 8, all wins, and all by the shortest route, the knockout. And he deserves to take a bow on the basis of this performance. Man,